some guy named Ted Hanlon, Senate District 5. So my belief is that there's three things y'all want to know about me. The three things everybody wants to ask. Who am I? Why am I running? And what am I going to do when I'm elected? Well, like Barbara and like a lot of other people, I was born in Cheyenne, Deep Hall Hospital. I went to Arp Elementary, I went to Johnson Junior High, I graduated from Cheyenne East, I got a degree in chemical engineering from the University of Wyoming. But the real education I got, the education that helps me with things like this, my life lessons, were on the little ranch that my family still has, right on the Wyoming-Colorado state line south of Encampment. And the reason I'm running has everything to do with that little ranch. And it has to do with a story that everybody told me when I was too little to remember the story. My mom and dad were bouncing along a little two-track, trying to fix fence. It's almost dark. They come across somebody who'd left a gate open. There's about 100 head of Big Creek steers in on our little pasture. Well, you know there's not going to be anything left of that pasture if you leave them overnight, and it's too late at night to try to get help. So Mom, Dad, and me, 3 years old, standing on the pickup truck seat. There wasn't such a thing as car seats back then. We all jump out to try to get those steers. Well, it's dark, the steers are getting spooky, and all of a sudden 100 head of steers are running right at me. Now, I don't know what you'd do if 100 head of steers were running at your 3-year-old, but my dad was kind of old school. He'd done 50 missions in a B-17 over Germany and Austria, so he thought about things a little bit differently than most of us. And so his solution was to yell, "Turn 'em, Ted, turn 'em." So I started jumping up and down with my little red cowboy hat that all 3-year-olds in that time had, and I turned them. I'm still here. They went back through the gate. Then I grew up and got busy with life, and I forgot that it's my job to take care of the pasture. And a bunch of charlatans rode into Wyoming trying to destroy everything we love about this little state, from public schools to public libraries to public lands. And I can feel my dad looking down saying, "Turn them, Ted." So that's why I'm here. So what I'm going to do when I get there, and I promise you if any candidate for Senate in Wyoming says that they're going to bring world peace, they don't really know what the job entails. And for a candidate that's going to be in a small minority in the Senate, they don't understand what the politics of the Senate are. But even with all that, there are some things that I will do. The first one is, we've talked about it in a couple of these speeches here this afternoon, I'm going to change the Industrial Siting Act so that it covers all these data centers, whether they're an established business park, no matter what the investment each year is going to be, we're going to cover the data center with the Industrial Siting Act. The Industrial Siting Act was written to mitigate socioeconomic impacts to communities, and we deserve to have that happen with these data centers. The second thing I'm going to do is expand Medicaid. That's our money. That's money we give to the federal government every year. Every other state, well except 10, uses it to expand Medicaid. We haven't done that, and it's hard on our people and it's hard on our hospital. And the third thing I'm going to do that I'm just absolutely positive I can do, it's just a little thing, but we know with all these data centers our electricity costs are going to go way up, right? It's a huge demand on a commodity. We all know what happens when you make a huge demand on a commodity. The price is going to go up. So if we all had a lot of money, we'd put a big solar system on our roof. And we'd avoid that. But we don't all have a lot of money. But they have this marvelous new invention called a plug-in solar panel. And you just set that panel up, plug it into your outside outlet, and you're making your own electricity. For about 200 bucks, you can do it if you're renting the house, if you own the house, and you have 200 bucks, you can do this. But our last session, the legislature decided that this wouldn't be legal in Wyoming, despite the fact that it's legal in Utah and half a dozen other states, and it's legal all over Europe. We decided we wouldn't do it in Wyoming. Well, that seems like a small thing I can change too. So those are three little things that I know I can do no matter how the Senate's set up. So I really think that if you would vote for me for Senate District 5, I can do some things for you. Thank you.